What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down what just came out associated to NIO, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up a very impressive 10.4%, 491 the high, 459 the low. So we are seeing a lot of big money getting into NIO. So for instance, right now we're sitting at about 77.8 million shares being traded. And considering the broader market is selling off, this definitely is deserving of a round of applause. And this as well, the price action is kind of a sign that Wall Street was very doubtful about NIO, because they did put out news this morning, and that was this right here. So NIO announces profit alert for the fourth quarter of 2025. So in here, they do state that profits from operations ranged from about 100 to 172 million. So they're kind of giving a set kind of estimate, but they are saying that from what they can tell from their tentative earnings, they did hit profitability. So this is something they've really doubled down and kind of stated over the last couple of earnings. But despite that, clearly, again, Wall Street was doubtful that they were going to do it. They didn't actually announce the date of their earnings, but most likely that should be coming right around the corner. And keep in mind, this is very abnormal. So if a stock is about to hit profitability, they don't need to do this. This is completely voluntary. And in reality, I think if you read between the lines, as I mentioned in my pre-market video, I think this is NIO giving Wall Street the big middle finger, because NIO's price action over the last little bit has been crap, absolutely crap. And I think in general, this is, again, just more of a wake-up call. And most likely as well, this will prompt a lot of new analyst ratings to kind of look at NIO. And this is something, again, analysts haven't really paid too much attention to NIO, regrettably, but yeah, definitely probably start to see some double-digit ratings coming out. And so them hitting profitability also will be a natural deterrent for shorts, because Tesla way back in the day was very heavily shorted, to the point where Elon was going on social media bashing shorts, really just wanting to kind of destroy shorts in any way possible. And NIO, since I've been covering it, like, shorts make up for a roughly about 40 to 45% of the daily volume, even though right now only about 7.95% of the free float's being shorted. So even though it is a single digit number, still shorts trade back and forth. And so right now shorts are returning about 96,000 shares. Works out to be 162 million shares overall are being shorted. And since September, there has been a scenario of naked shorting occurring, meaning there's more shares being shorted than on loan. So definitely a lot of sketchiness is happening. But with today's announcement, and most likely once they actually do put out their earnings, whenever that may or may not be, that again will be possibly a good dagger for shorts just to kind of go away. No different than what happened with Tesla. So definitely that's pretty kick-ass if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that though, there really hasn't been that much in real updates worthwhile to bring up. There was this big over-the-air rollout, and this is something again that they've already informed people ahead of time. So good stuff, I think, overall. I don't think that there's that big of a reason to buy this, because it's not really new information. Rather, this definitely is a good reason to buy NIO again, but you guys do whatever floats your boat. Aside from that, looking at the options, 2.5 million in calls, 935,000 in puts, 49% of all the options being done are bullish in nature. From a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be roughly between a 450 to 5. From a bears standpoint, you'd see a consensus for it to be sub 450, but still not really too much for that. So definitely a lot more upside is anticipated. There's about a handful of transactions occurring on the secondary market, a little bit more buying than what we're kind of used to, which lately has been 0 transactions. So good to see institutions are kind of trading it. Dark pool though, this is where you see hedge funds most likely are buying up NIO. And a lot of that was done pretty much shortly after the bell. So that's one thing that really kickstarted the nice push higher. Aside from all of that fun stuff, quickly popping over here. So on the actual chart itself, we are nearing the 50-day moving average, and way back on January the 29th as well as the 30th, it kind of touched and bounced off that 50-day moving average, didn't really have enough to break above that, but generally the 50-day moving average is a very big deal for NIO. The last time it did successfully break above it was on July the 10th, and we all kind of know generally the path that it took post breaking above the 50. So in the short term, just watch for NIO to get above this level of $4.91. So we're pretty much bouncing off of that exactly today. But yeah, big things are definitely coming, and them hitting profitability shows that they, like, what they've stated is coming to fruition. And I know I've mentioned this in the past, that NIO usually has talked a very big game, and sometimes some of their milestones hit, sometimes they don't. But with profitability, that's a whole different ball game, right? If a company is profitable, and as long as they have a pretty healthy balance sheet, they don't have a lot of convertible or negative debt, like, the sky's the limit. You're going to really entice a lot more institutions to start buying NIO. So let me know your viewpoint. Are you buying? Are you selling? As of right now, there was actually, it looks like one new rating that just came out. Bank of America reiterated their 670 price target, but still, most likely, a lot of these that haven't given any updates since September or even further back, a lot of them will be jumping on board and giving new ratings. So good to see Bank of America very active. So when I kind of looked preparing for this video, it wasn't there, so it just popped up. But aside from that, yeah, I think this news is very, very welcomed. So hopefully everyone's having a good day. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.